guys, it's John, and welcome to my playthrough of Russian Horror Story. It's an indie horror game available on Steam. There's a link to it in the description. And it was originally not in English, but it was translated so that we could all enjoy it. Immediately, I'm very excited. The title of the game is in Cold Night for Alligators typeface, which I've never seen before in any other horror game on Steam. So everything's just very, very exciting. Let's go ahead and start a new game. After telling goodbye politely to my student, in general, I am warm and fuzzy when I'm not ill, I locked all lock in a front door. Thick, metal, and safe. My first purchase in a new place. Okay. Good, you purchased a door? That's the first thing you purchased when you moved into a new place? Okay. No judgment, I guess. I didn't like the district much, and I had to start arrangement using the principle, my home is my castle. That's a good principle to live by. It wasn't the very outskirts of Moscow, but houses in the square looked like they were in high crime dormitory district of a provincial town. Their dwellers also made a bad impression. I felt like happened to be in tumultuous 1990s. You know what they say about the 90s? That was a tumultuous decade. But then again, what decade would not be classified as tumultuous? I think that the 90s were probably the most stable of all the decades. And someone's doing yard work right outside my window. But I don't really feel like editing it out over this so far. But my parents once were seduced with very low dwelling prices. And now, after returning to motherland from a small European country, I moved into that shack. Dude, this isn't a shack, you have electricity. Yes, motherland did not win the comparison, but who does not allow me to arrange everything for my almost European liking? Nobody! That's what I always say. I just run around my apartment and I say, no one's not gonna allow me to arrange everything for my almost European liking. It's a very convenient motto to have. Except for laziness and low income. I thought you just said nobody was gonna... However, I can't be called lazy, and I started to complete the last plan item. I found several students and tutor bit by bit. I don't understand, I guess we've just moved on to the next topic. In Moscow, a good private teacher will not live in misery. Today, a prospective student got test entrance exams instead of usual lessons. I decided to quirk with my tutoring, and we rehearsed exams. What? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Which a nebbish prospective student failed successfully. They failed successfully? First, he should be happy because he did not fail at a real entrance. Second, now I saw clearly what topics to improve in his knowledge, and I will be able to correct plan for next lessons. So this is a visual novel. I didn't know this going in. And last but not the least, I didn't tell it aloud, I shouldn't have expected anything different of a common modern school graduate. So like, are there any characters that are gonna pop up like on the side, like in like those, whatever those like anime visual novels are, like the Sakura games, or that happens, right? Isn't that what, I've never played a visual novel before. Isn't that what's supposed to happen? I remembered about our reformed education and grinded my teeth. I even started to swear as usual. You even started to swear as usual. Well then, do you really need the even? If it's something you usually do, it's not something that you're going at lengths to do. Like, and I don't understand what this is with the... Wait, we can click on stuff? What? What? Wait, you can play computer games? This is like the easiest space shooter I think I've ever seen. They just take one oh my god, don't hurt me. What the hell is this? I don't understand, dude. Should we even try for a high score? I don't think so. Game over, your score 13. Edge egg detected? Achievement unlocked, Easter egg found. What? And okay, what is with these words with the arrows around them? What does that mean? Goodness me, how could they turn the best schools in the world into a new generation's endarkenment plant? What is endarkenment? What is that? Selecting students, I visited preparative classes in different universities. As an enrollee, which is not spelled correctly, why not? I look young. It is easy to mix with a crowd of potential clients. I don't understand what's happening. What is the story? One day, I entered an audience with historians by mistake. One little pimple told us that Lenin had been a czar. One little pimple? This is like Google Translate gone wrong. And why is the scene still this room? Aren't we in a different environment now? But the most awful thing was that only 2 people laughed at that. Lecturer and me. Wait. I don't understand. The situation is even worse with my profile subjects. Physics and mathematics. Murder. You're being a little bit hyperbolic there, sir. However, it is not easy to eliminate the ability to think in a whole nation. There are always people who want to study. You need only to help them. I hoped I was busy with this noble work. Everything is in power for a human. Turning an old, crummy flat to a good place of living for a young family is a magic available to everyone. I'm not a magician, I just study. I am not a specialist, but I'm pretty able to hire 2 Europeans, Moldavian and Ukrainian, for European-style remodeling. Why are we talking about remodeling your home? Also, I can watch them completing scrupulously a cozy home for my wife and me. You're married? The story's like progressing without us. It's like leaving us behind. It like never tells us some of this shit. And it's just like, oh, by the way, I'm married and I'm remodeling my home. Besides, it's time to call my birdie and tell that she will soon be able to move to my place. She could do it now, but Moscow hotels and rental apartments are something chronic. They take place over a long period of time, is that? Well, you know what they say, Moscow hotels are chronic. With my spending, I won't save money for any renovation, yet I can live among construction materials. What? Moreover, morning look of flat owner wearing only underpants will not damage fragile psychics of workers as much as the same situation, but with a young, beautiful woman in negligee. What is he? What are you talking about? What is this dude? What is he banging on about? I have no idea. Is he talking about his wife? What is he talking about? Is it even a he? I don't know. Oh, how do you do there, my girl? I'll know it now. That's the creepiest follow-up thing you could have said. I can simply take a spoon and eat shit from a toilet bowl. It'll be more honest. Less harm for psychics than from TV towers' radiance that tangled our large inhabited island with their nets. Besides, about island, one of these days I met 2 schoolboys in underground, about 10 years old each. One of them asked his friend in surprise, "Is the earth really round?" What the fuck is happening? After receiving a positive reply, he pointed to the sky. Does it mean that people live there too? No, it doesn't. You're both idiots. What do you mean you met these boys underground? What does that mean? And I laughed, and then I felt sad. What is not right with this beautiful country and these beautiful people? Where are we moving? What are we turning to? This game does ask the deep questions. With those not happy thoughts, I started to steep in slumber, repeating like a mantra, everything will be good. Woman's scream sounded in a neighbor room. Awful scream, full of pain and misery. Yes, that stock scream that I've heard in many other games. It seemed like somebody kicked me out of my bed. What the? I am alone in a flat. My hair stood on end. I didn't consider this phrase so exact. Trying to collect myself, I inhaled air strongly several times. Okay, Ivan, calm down. Think sensibly. Mystics doesn't exist. You're a modern man. The game would be like 10,000 times better if they had started on the screen and then just gone into this. We learned the main character's name, Ivan, which we were not privy to prior to this, from what I can tell. We don't need all the fucking backstory about how you're a tutor, or I don't even know what this guy does. Just get to the action. What to do in such cases? Right, go and check. But in all those horror films, this leads to characters' deaths. Oh, see, it acts like it's self-aware, but it's not. And now I'll cut your second arm! What a fucking warning! Are there angry ghosts in my place? At last, I decided. I cleared my forehead of sweat and opened a door to the next room. Nobody! And somewhere down, somebody's voice sounded. Stand, hands on the nape. It is FBI. Yeah, you know, that's the standard, like, FBI warning thing that they shout through the megaphone. Hands on the nape. Fuck, neighbors are just watching TV with sound on maximum. Are you serious? Did you just trick us? I still jittered. I even came to a mirror and checked whether I don't have gray hairs. It seems that not. T-shirt adhered to my back. You're a coward, old fellow. If to think, agonal screams of a woman next door multiplied by the fact that you're alone in the flat, yet everything is okay and shitting some bricks is justified. I went one floor down and we have been in that fucking room the entire time. How long have we been doing this? Like 10 minutes? What the fuck? I went one floor down and turned to my noisy neighbor's door. It is quite wishy-washy. And a lamp is dim, covered with somebody's dirty fingerprints and fly spotted. Fly spotted? What? Yet, I won't read books there, and a scenery is good for scandal. I breathed deep, turned to a doorbell, and blew out. Instead of a button, two old, naked on the ends wires sticked out of wall. What? This is like straight up Google Translate. Two old, naked on the ends wires sticked out of wall. Oh yes, why to be busy with doorbell repair? It is easier just to throw it out. And guests would better connect two ends, making an electric spark. Unfortunately, I didn't guess to take rubber gloves. I touched a wire, so dirty that I was sorry for the absence of gloves again. Annoying sound of a doorbell was heard behind the door, and rumble of shots sounded too. Maybe FBI agent shot. Why is this guy... I had to repeat wire's connection procedure 2 times. Just knock on the fucking door! Only after that, shambling walk sounded near the door. Peephole, muddy as a boiled perch's eye, became dark. What the fuck is a boiled perch? Who is there? Your neighbor, Nightmare. Your neighbor, Nightmare. Then I realized that the voice behind the door was old age, and I was ashamed of my rude joke. What the fuck? I am from a flat upstairs, came to get acquainted. Creak sounded like somebody turned a wheel with chains, desiring to drop a leaf bridge on me. What? The door opened a bit, just allowing a crone in very crummy clothes to examine me. This guy's an asshole. What do you want? Good night, I'm your upstairs neighbor. I would like to ask you, could you turn TV sound down? Isn't it hard to you? Yes, of course, I'll do. And she shut the door. In spite of this not a polite gesture, my mood has improved considerably. What the fuck is happening in this fucking game?